There's one simple technique that instantly creates a sexual vibe between you and any woman, preventing her from ever seeing you as just a friend. But 97% of men are too terrified to use it because they think it's too forward, too risky, or too sleazy. Yet every guy who's naturally good with women uses this technique instinctively. You've probably seen it happen. Some guy walks up to a woman, does this one thing, and suddenly there's this electric chemistry between them. Within minutes, they're in their own private bubble, sharing inside jokes, and you can practically feel the sexual tension radiating from them. The technique I'm about to reveal works whether you're meeting a woman for the first time, you're on a date, or you've even gotten stuck in the friend zone with your girlfriend or wife. But here's what's devastating. I learned this technique the hard way, after I lost the woman I thought I'd spend my life with. And when I tell you my story, you'll understand exactly why this technique is so powerful, and why ignoring it destroys relationships. 3 years ago, I was dating a woman named, let's call her Rachel. Beautiful, intelligent, everything I thought I wanted. But I made one critical mistake from the very beginning, a mistake that slowly poisoned our entire relationship without me even realizing it. You see, when I first met Rachel at a bookstore, she was buying The Art of War for her ex-boyfriend. Within 30 seconds of meeting me, she mentioned another man. But instead of understanding what this really meant, instead of using the technique I'm about to teach you, I did what most guys do. I played it safe. I was the nice guy. I said, great book choice, Sun Tzu really knew what he was talking about. Here's what I didn't understand then. She was testing me. And I failed that test spectacularly. Because I didn't give her what every woman desperately wants to feel from a man she's attracted to. The technique is called the I want you vibe. Now, before you think this sounds sleazy or too forward, let me explain what this really means. Most guys, when they meet a woman, immediately try to establish friendship first. They think, let me get to know her, find common interests, build rapport, and hopefully something will happen eventually. But guys who understand female psychology do the exact opposite. From the very first interaction, they let the woman know, in subtle, confident ways, that they desire her. Not just as a friend, not just as someone to chat with, but as a woman they want sexually and romantically. Here's the critical part that most men get completely wrong. You cannot give the I want you vibe from a place of nervousness or desperation. Women are evolutionarily programmed to detect emotional weakness in men, and if you're nervous while trying to show desire, it actually repels them. The I want you vibe must come from a place of confident strength. It's communicated through the way you look at her, the way you speak to her, the subtle energy you project that says, I'm attracted to you, I have options, but I'm choosing to focus my attention on you right now. Let me show you exactly how I failed with Rachel and what I should have done instead. When Rachel mentioned her ex, instead of making friendly conversation, I should have held eye contact for just a moment longer than normal, smiled slightly, and said something like, interesting choice, though I'm more curious about what you're reading for yourself. This would have immediately established that I wasn't interested in being her girlfriend or her therapist. I was interested in her as a woman. But I didn't understand this. So for our entire relationship, I kept making the same mistake over and over. When she'd come home from work, I'd ask about her day like a concerned friend. When she'd mention other guys, I'd be supportive and understanding like a buddy. What I didn't realize was that Rachel was desperately trying to get me to step up. 3 months in, she started mentioning other men more frequently. This guy at work is so confident, she'd say. He has this energy about him that's really attractive. She wasn't trying to make me jealous, she was trying to wake me up. She was practically begging me to show her that I desired her, not just loved her. Here's what I learned too late about female psychology. Women want to feel desired by a man they're attracted to. When a man is confident, charming, and shows masculine energy, a woman feels sparks of attraction. But if that man then treats her like just a friend, those sparks die. Think about it, you've seen this happen. A guy approaches a woman, there's immediate chemistry, they enter this private bubble where sparks are flying, and within minutes they're flirting, laughing, creating inside jokes. What's happening there is mutual attraction. She's attracted to his confidence, and she can feel that he desires her. This creates what I call the private world effect. They're suddenly in their own reality, separate from everyone else around them. Most men are terrified to create this dynamic because they think it's too risky. They're afraid the woman will reject them, or think they're being inappropriate, or that they'll lose all their power in the situation. But here's what they don't understand. Women actually want men to take this risk. It's biologically programmed into them. Women operate on ancient, primal instincts. Despite what modern society tells us, women are deeply traditional at heart. They want to feel protected by a strong man. They want a man who's confident enough to lead, confident enough to desire them openly, and confident enough to move things forward. But here's the part that will blow your mind. When a man doesn't create sexual chemistry, women begin to worry about the long-term viability of the relationship. Let me tell you what happened with Rachel that made this crystal clear. 6 months into our relationship, we went to dinner with her friends. I watched as one of her friends, Michelle, kept responding to her boyfriend in this electric way. Every time he looked at her with obvious desire, even after being together for 2 years, she'd light up like she'd received the most beautiful compliment. Rachel noticed it too. On the drive home, she asked me a question that should have been my wake-up call. Do you ever really want me? Like actively desire me? I said, of course I love you, completely missing the point. That's not what I mean, she replied. What Rachel was trying to tell me is that she needed to feel sexually desired, not just loved. Women have a deep insecurity about their ability to keep a man interested long-term. If a man doesn't seem genuinely attracted to her sexually, she starts to worry. She thinks, if he's not that into me physically now, what happens when we're in a committed relationship? Will he get bored? Will he start looking at other women who do excite him? Will I end up heartbroken or a single mother? This is why the I want you vibe is so crucial. It's not just about initial attraction, it's about long-term relationship security. But I was clueless. I kept being the nice, supportive boyfriend. I kept treating her like my best friend instead of the woman I desired above all others. Month 12, she started working out more. Month 15, she joined new social groups. Month 18, she started getting texts that made her smile in ways I hadn't seen in months. The end came on a Tuesday evening. Rachel came home from work and sat across from me at our kitchen table. Her words still echo in my mind. I love you, but I'm not in love with you anymore. You're like my best friend. But that's not enough for a relationship. 1 year and a half of my life, and I had become her friend. Is there someone else? I asked. She nodded, tears streaming. I tried to fight it, but he makes me feel like a woman. He makes me feel desired, alive, feminine. Everything I had failed to do, another man was doing effortlessly. 2 weeks after she moved out, my friend showed me something that changed everything. A system that taught me exactly what the I want you vibe really meant and how to create it authentically. I learned that the I want you vibe isn't about being sleazy or inappropriate. It's about confident masculine energy. It's communicated through the way you look at her, not nervous or needy, but with genuine appreciation and desire. The way you speak to her, not as a friend seeking approval, but as a man who finds her attractive. The subtle physical energy you project, that says you're comfortable with your own sexuality and hers. I learned that when you master this, women feel more motivated to treat you well, to look their best for you, to invest in the relationship, because they know you could attract other women but you're choosing them. After 3 months of completely transforming how I interacted with women, not changing my personality, but learning to express desire confidently, something unexpected happened. I was at a gym 6 months after our breakup when I felt someone tap my shoulder. Rachel. But this time was different. The moment she looked at me, I could see something had shifted. Her eyes lingered. She seemed nervous? The confident woman who had walked out of my life seemed almost shy. You look different, she said. This time, I gave her the look I should have been giving her for 2 years. The look that communicated desire without neediness. The look that said I wanted her but didn't need her validation. Her breath actually caught. Want to grab dinner sometime? She asked. I can't, I said. I'm seeing someone. As I walked away, I heard her call my name. Call me, she said. When you're ready. The woman who left me because I wasn't man enough was now asking me to call her. I never called Rachel back. Because I had learned something more valuable than getting her back. I had learned how to never be the friend zone guy again. The I want you vibe isn't about manipulation or games. It's about being authentically masculine and letting women feel genuinely feminine in response. It's about creating that electric chemistry that makes relationships thrive instead of just survive. You're not taking anything from a woman when you create sexual attraction, you're giving her something she desperately wants to feel. You're sharing an experience with her, creating that private world where real intimacy can flourish. But you have to be brave enough to risk it. You have to be confident enough to let her see that you desire her, not just tolerate her or appreciate her friendship. If this story resonates with you, if you've ever felt that crushing moment when a woman tells you, "You're like a brother to me," or "Let's just be friends," then you need to understand something important. Everything I learned about the I want you vibe and female psychology is contained in a system called Unlock the Scrambler. This isn't about becoming someone you're not. It's about expressing the confident, desirable man you already are inside. How I finally stopped being the friend zone guy. Without changing my personality. With one simple system, you can stop losing women who initially liked you because you couldn't create the right sexual dynamic. Re-enter the dating scene with unshakable confidence at any age. Pass each and every one of women's secret tests with flying colors. Unlock the Scrambler is the only system that combines eliminating that deadly, nice guy behavior with cutting-edge discoveries about female psychology. So you can gain genuine attraction from women, project authentic personal power, and avoid that soul-crushing "let's just be friends" speech forever. The link is in the description below. Don't make the same mistake I did. Don't wait 2 years to learn what should have taken 3 minutes. Click that link now because the woman in your life might already be testing you, and you might not even realize it.